All right, court is calling 2022 CR 3995, State of Texas versus Tomas Silvas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Lindsay Shaw for the state.
Defense?
Isidro Montoya, Your Honor, Mr. Silva.
Are you Mr. Silvas? Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Silvas? I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Silvas, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced? All right, off the record for a moment. All right, we're back on the record. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 attachments, the court will find you guilty. Why should I accept this plea?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to give him the recommendation, to accept the recommendation, Judge. He also has a blue warrant, Judge. As soon as he gets resolved here, the case will be sent to parole hearing set in 2 weeks.
I mean, and that parole hearings are for state jail felonies?
I believe.
What are they for?
State TDC term.
All right. So again, why should I go with 35 days? Is this a judgment satisfied?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, why should I give him a judgment satisfied when he won't stop stealing?
Your Honor, this is one, hopefully this will be in his past, he's 52 years old, Judge. He wants to move on with his life. And again, after he resolves his parole hearing, he'll.
I'm not going to give him a judgment satisfied because I can tell you what's going to end up happening with this parole hearing. What's going to end up happening, they're going to see this as a judgment satisfied, and then they will do whatever they do. Who knows? It may be a continue on parole, but I'm not giving him a judgment satisfied when he won't stop stealing. And it's not, I can understand people are stealing food, but I don't understand people taking cologne and they're just driving around and decide, hey, let's go, steal from this location.
And I believe, Judge, he wasn't actually, he was just the driver, I'm assuming.
No, he wasn't the driver. They have S2 as the driver. Oh, that is you.
Yes, Judge.
So, but it says S2, the driver, advised that he was giving S1 and S3 a ride for gas money and stated that it was a bad choice taking them to hit a lick, which is street terminology for a theft. So it's not like he's just giving somebody a ride and he doesn't know that they're going in a store to steal.
Yes, Judge. And again, only because that's why we agreed to that 35 days, Judge.
Okay, I'm not going to give him a judgment satisfied. So if you all want to agree on a different time for him, then the court will consider it. But I'm not giving him a judgment satisfied when he won't stop stealing. And it's not like he's stealing food.
Okay, Judge. Any time frame that you're thinking about, Your Honor?
More than 35 days.
Okay, Judge. I'll let the court know.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I mean, I would give him 6 months.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
So are you all in agreement to 6 months?
6 months, Judge, and we're asking the court to consider 1244.
I'm sorry, what?
Consider 1244, Judge.
Okay. All right, we're back on the record in 2000. And I'm sorry, if you all can initial that, please. Thank you. All right, Mr. Silva, you agreed to 1244 to be sentenced to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Is that correct? All right, is that the agreement, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will sentence you to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Silvas, was that neck tattoo painful?
Yes, it was.
All right, why didn't you stop? Or you just said, hey,
I wasn't thinking about it, man.
Okay. All right. You're gonna have to do better with your life. You understand? Court is calling 2023 CR 0939, State of Texas versus Michael Grant Douglas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense.
Joseph Lassen, good afternoon, or good morning still.
Are you Mr. Douglas?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Douglas, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
I'm sorry, just one moment. There's also an application here, a separate application for community
I
supervision.
just filled it out, Your Honor, just in case.
Okay,
I had a feeling it was trash.
all right. All right, Mr. Douglas, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Douglas, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? All right, just one moment. So there's only an application for community supervision, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
There is no deferred adjudication.
All right, did you understand you're charged with the offense of felon in possession of a firearm as a third-degree felony?
Yes, ma'am.
Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison. Did you? All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, this was an unfortunate incident in which he was being followed by his wife in his wife's car, and the firearm was in a bag in the trunk, unaware from my client. That's the reason why he is pleading guilty today, so that he can put this past him and move forward. He's working and he's learned a lot since this incident that is.
Wait a minute, you're saying that he was being followed by his wife?
His wife was in a separate car. It's in the report, Your Honor.
Okay,
She was following him, and he was driving, and then he got stopped by the police for running a red light. And he's working, and he is really learned from his first incident.
all right, he didn't learn from his prison time because we're here.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it
that's
seems like everything with him happens in January. Maybe you should spend the entire month of January inside your house.
No, ma'am. I was going through it with my wife. The bag is actually the guy she was seeing.
Well, I mean, it says he threw it out the car.
No,
I mean, they're drug paraphernalia. That's what it
Oh, yes.
says, was thrown out
the
of the
drug
car.
paraphernalia. The firearm
Yes.
was in the trunk of the car.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to my client, he didn't know that it was in the trunk of the car. It was his wife's car.
Oh. So you want a jury trial?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive for marijuana. That's it.
All right, why are you using drugs?
I cut trees down and it just relaxes me after a day of work. It's
When's
more
the-
medicinal than social. I'm not out smoking weed with everybody.
When's the last time you used?
Last night,
Okay, why would you use marijuana when you know you're coming to court the next day? That's not somebody who's made changes, counsel.
I understand.
You're gonna have to start making better decisions. Otherwise, you're going to prison.
I understand that completely.
All right. And how much time did you do last time you went to prison?
I did 10.
Was that a fun time?
No, I'm not trying to go back ever. The gun, it didn't belong to me. It was her, the guy
Well-
she was seeing, and I was trying to get my car back. The car that she owns, we're married.
What do you want a jury trial? Again, that's what I asked you. All right. So are you still with your wife?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor, they've worked out a lot of their issues, and they have reconciled.
I moved to another state. We went through a lot.
What state
North Carolina,
and which county?
Robinson.
All right. Here's the thing about relationships. This is me giving you some advice. If you decided to forgive someone for their indiscretions, You can't bring it up during arguments.
That's fine.
So if you all have not worked through that, it's just sitting in the corner waiting to come out whenever it comes out.
Now, we're in counseling and everything. We legitimately trying to move past it. We have moved past it. It's just this hold up on this case that I have in front of me.
All right, do you all have any children?
I have a child that doesn't belong to me, that's hers,
All right, how old is the child?
13.
And that's the only child you have?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what is your employment? What do you do?
I cut down trees. I'm an arborist. I do subcontract work for Cleanscapes right now. I'm working for Andy's Landscape, but I also do work for MTX. I have a pretty good name in the landscaping field out there in San Antonio.
So what's the problem with magnolia trees when they're just like not blooming?
Magnolia trees that won't bloom.
Yeah.
Probably need to put a little coffee in there, get a little fertilizer. They could be sick.
All right. And if they're sick, what are they usually?
I stop by the apartment, I cut them down.
Oh,
Tear
so
them
you
up,
go out and
yeah.
you kill trees?
Yes. I can identify a few, areas, but
Okay.
knock them down.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. So you actually live in North Carolina right now?
No, I'm a Texas resident.
Okay. Well, what are you saying? You all are in North Carolina now?
We went through a whole separation, me and my wife did, through this whole ordeal. I left Texas. We went through counseling. I come back.
Oh, so now you're back in Texas.
Yes, I'm a resident of Texas. It was just a temporarily.
All right. The court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want him tested for levels,
Yes.
and we can do a make evaluation. Take in consideration JN 2099230, 150 hours community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes with P. Once he's completed that, the community service hours will be satisfied. Proof of employment within 15 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. If there are no issues, probation, you can continue field visits however you deem necessary. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. Probation, is there anything else? All right, is there anything else you need from me?
No, ma'am.
All right. And probation, when he does his first UA, if he's positive for anything other than marijuana, we'll do a TAP evaluation. And if the TAP is requesting intensive outpatient treatment, we'll start with outpatient treatment. If they're requesting inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Some freedom.
Okay. All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled trial court certification. Yes. I'm going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. We can go off the record. You're going to have to do better. Good luck to you. I hope your relationship works out.
It will.
Okay. Thank you.